right, welcome back, everybody. Here to talk to you today about business valuation and enhancing your business value during any type of transaction event. So as we look at business valuation for most of our small businesses, we're really looking at what are the transition factors that are influencing that. So I call those levers. Which levers do you have to pull to be able to move that number up and hopefully not down? So let's talk about them. The first category is really around transition risk. So is there concentration of revenue with a few key accounts or a few key households? How secure is your intellectual property? Do you have proper patents, trademarks, employment agreements, all of those things in place? What about legal? Do you have any ongoing litigation or disputes or anything like that on the legal side? And how tight are your documents? Do you have really good ownership docs in place? And then really thinking about how involved is the owner's name and image in the business. Is it, Jane Jones advertising agency, or is it called J2 Advertising and Jane has worked herself out of that role as the face of the company, right? So those are things to think about for transferability. The more concentration of revenue you have, the more unsecure your IP is, the more open litigation or bad documentation you have, and the more involved the owner's image is in the business, the more difficult it is to transition, and that pulls that lever down on the valuation side. The second one is really what's the demand index for your business. So is it a business that's highly desirable in a desirable area, in a desirable segment, right? So if you're a business in Des Moines, Iowa, not knocking anyone from Des Moines, but it's a smaller market, that's going to carry a different value multiple than, let's say, San Francisco or New York, one of the larger cities. Typically, the more rural, less, involved your local area is. If you do a lot of business locally, the lower your valuation. It could also be the segment of business that you have, the type of business that you have. Is it in a growing environment? Is it in a growing segment? Or is it in a business that's aging and dying or has stagnated? Again, those are levers that will pull up or down. And then the third area is really around your business data, books, records. How quality is all of that? Do you have really good accounting systems that are easy to audit? How much owner benefit are you pulling out? How many personal expenses do you have that are on the business books? Are you leasing your car through there? Do you have different products and services that need to be backed out? Generally, the messier the books are, or the more reconstruction or add backs that need to happen there, that's going to pull your valuation down as well. So those aren't comprehensive. That's not everything that's going to influence your business valuation, but that does give you a little bit of a snapshot of what we see in terms of business value. And then that valuation is important because those make more quality businesses that end up transacting at higher amounts when you do end up having a business transaction. So hopefully this was helpful, gave you a couple of things to think about with your own business, and I'll be back with you soon.